Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Mike. I'm back. Hope you're back too, and welcome to the winter wonderland that is most of our lives at the moment, and will be for the next week or so. So I've decided to clean out the boat, reorganize my tackle, get some new line on some poles. So let's get up there and do it. So heading up to the boat. Unfortunately, I don't have a garage to put my boat in, but it's up here, always connected to the sled to take it somewhere. Oh. So I came up here earlier to get some of the ice and stuff off the boat cover. As you can see the pile of it there. And of course, there's still more. So we'll get this cleared off, get the gear out, take it back down the house and get her all prepared for the next time we're on the water. You guys see I do have a Ranger 198P. And let's get this done before I freeze to death. Hey guys, and welcome back. Finally got in the house. Took me about an hour to officially break into my own boat to get all this stuff out and ready to go. And I clean out my boat about twice a year, 3 times, but it occurred to me that I definitely need to do it about every month just because of the tin boat issues that we all have. So after realizing how much ice had built up in the boat, like I said before, I had to break in. It took me a while to get those all the compartments open because they were all frozen shut, as you can imagine, with the temperatures and the snow and all that stuff. Even with the cover on the boat, it's where I was at. So got some tools out and pried some boxes open and got all my stuff out. So made me realize that maybe I need to talk about the boat instead of all my stuff. So that's where we're going to go with this episode of Real Talk with Wilk. And I'm going to talk to you about the real things that's happening with me and my boat and the situation at this time of year it's put me in. So first things first, I do want to give a shout out to my kids, Jackson and Madison, who are here freezing to death with the rest of us in West Virginia, and to Hannah out in Arizona, which I'm very jelly of because I think it's still early out there and it's almost 60 degrees. So kudos to you. Wish I could be out there right now in a boat fishing for some big ones. So let's talk about water in your tin boat. So tin boats are traditionally do not drain as well as your fiberglass partners. I'm getting ready to throw away a bunch of jigs and stuff. Hopefully you guys can see all the rust and things that come with getting water in your boat, especially after it freezes. I had to yank some of these boxes out of there because they were froze to the bottom of the boat because there was water had gotten in the bottom of the boat. Also, you definitely need to pay attention to the mold and stuff that can get on your reels and your poles and all that good things. Definitely got to clean those up all the time once you get water in your boat. Again, it showed me that I need to be taking all my stuff out, drying those compartments out even more than I normally do, to let my equipment and my gear survive a little bit longer than it's going to. So we're going to start throwing some of these things away and go from there. So, not talking about my baits and stuff, but let's talk about the boat. Like I said before, I have a Ranger 198P. It is a nice little boat. And we'll go over some pros and cons with the boat. Now, like I said before, the big con is glaring at me today, of course, because of the weather and all the snow and all the ice, is the water in the boat. So, not only in the compartments, but just sitting in the cockpit, it's not a good thing. Of course, I can't get the water out now, all of it's frozen. So it's going to be probably another couple of weeks before I can even do that to get it thawed out properly. But that is a big issue, especially when you have gear that you like and enjoy and want to keep, because you definitely don't want that stuff freezing over and destroying all of it. So you don't want to start having to buy all your stuff over again, because if you're like me, you can't afford to buy all your stuff all the time. So that's a big thing. Good thing about the Ranger boats and the White River Marine in general is they make boats right out of the gate that are fishable, ready to go and get on the water and go fishing. So it had what I needed right off the floor to just take it out and go fishing. I had a couple graphs on it, the trolling motor, which is a big deal, the Ultrex with the pilot on it, definitely must have, especially when you're fishing current and things that I do out here in the river, windy days, all those things. It's great to be in one general spot. Sometimes you know how that pilot can react sometimes in the wind and the current, especially out here in the river when the wind's blowing one way and the current's going the other way. It's sometimes a little tricky, but those are definitely things that I was looking for fishability right off the gate. I'm not a big speed guy on the water, so I think the top speed I've ever had that boat is 53 miles an hour, and it's fully loaded. 2 people in it and all my stuff, which is fine with me. I don't need to go any faster than that, because it's more about fishability and getting to those spots than it is how fast I get to those spots, if you know what I mean. Another pro, it does sit really high in the water, which is great, especially out here on the river, or going up those creeks where it gets a lot, shallow really quick. Now, the downside, besides the water getting in your boat all the time and you need to dry things out all the time, it seems like, more than I do. I need to do it more. For me, the 9-inch grass, because I'm old and I'm blind, it's hard to see. That's why I added those 2 new babies in my boat. Have y'all seen before? Another big thing is the leg room in the cockpit. Now, I'm 6'3", and it is very cramped under that wheel to drive that boat. Okay? If you're 6 foot or above, shoot, probably 5'11" or above, honestly, it's going to get a little cramped in there. It does have the tilt steering, which helps out a lot, but just a warning that if you're making long runs or want to make long runs longer than 15-20 minutes, it's going to be rough on you. Also, thinking about the cockpit of the boat, there is some room for co-angler items. It does have holders for the rods and stuff, a little bit of storage behind the seats. Hopefully I'll get to show you guys some of this stuff once we get back out on the water, but As of right now, that is, it's not bad. I mean, I like having other people in the boat with me. My wife's in the boat with me all the time. Now, she doesn't have a lot of fishing stuff or gear to do that, but she is starting to enjoy it a little bit better, and is hell bent to catch bigger fish than me on her Walmart gear that she buys all the time. So she hasn't done it yet, but I really can't wait for her to get a hold of a big one. The next thing would be just a storage space. I use every single compartment in my boat for storage, even the cooler. I have gear in the cooler, line and some cranking stuff in the cooler. Don't use it for drinks and stuff because honestly, it's not that great of keeping ice on the boat. And you can imagine a tin boat in a cooler. So I do have gear in there in every compartment. Like I said, now I've also just purchased and got in the boat right before our last trip was the One Objective. They make a tackle storage for the 198P, and let me tell you, it has created a lot more space in that center console there, not console, but center storage area. Huge difference. Another, I guess, con for me anyway is there's only certain places, because I still have the tubes in the boat for my poles. There's only certain places I can put my 7/6 rods. There's not very many spots. You need to be selective how you put your rods away, in other words. So I'd like to see somehow get rid of those things and so I have more room to put rods. Not that I have a lot of rods anyway, but the longer the rod, the more selective you have to be to place them somewhere. Now I know I mentioned, I do know I mentioned fishability. Now, do you want two people on the bow of this boat fishing out of? Probably not. Especially with a person like me, I'm a big ass guy. So two big ass guys on the front of the boat, it's probably a no-go. But two people in the boat fishing, it's very comfortable. It does a very good job. With fishability. Now, another issue I have with the tin boat, of course, the wind and the waves. It may do better than other tin boats that are out there, but still I have difficulty with the wind and the big waves, especially running the lakes during the summertime with all the boaters out there. It has issues with those waves. So just keep that in mind. I have a bigger issue with wind, waves, and current. So when I'm fishing the river, the biggest issues I have when it's in the river is putting the boat in and getting the boat out in the wind and the current. Okay? Because both of those things, and if they're both going the same direction, it's very hard to get it in and out of the water. Okay? So just keep those things in mind. It is a good boat. Do I want a 21 foot, $100,000 boat? Yes. But the biggest pro for these boats, for the tin boat, is price. Guys, you know as much as I do, it's the price of the boat. I can't afford a boat that costs more than my house at this point. So, and I'm old. The fishability and price is where it's at. If you want to get into one, look up your nearest Bass Pro dealer and find you a good one. Okay? Thanks for joining me. Again, like, subscribe, and do all that BS. And I'll see you next time. Peace.